Carles Puyol is one of the greatest defenders to have graced the beautiful game. The Barcelona legend has won several honors during his long career that spanned nearly 16 years. He was a one-club man and an inspiration to his teammates. The player has won several titles with Barcelona. He has in his trophy cabinet 6 La Liga titles, 3 Champions Leagues and 2 FIFA Club World Cups. He also won the FIFA World Cup with Spain as well as the Euros. This is facts about Carles Puyol. He paid for his friend's medical treatment. Puyol has always been a gentle giant, and he has been a brilliant character on and off the field. His professionalism is admired by many, but he also a very caring and giving person. In 2011, his teammate Eric Abidal was diagnosed with cancer that got a lot of media attention. But there was something that troubled him even more. One of his closest friends, who was also a footballer for a small club whose name was Mickey Roque, was diagnosed with pelvic cancer the same year. Puyol was recovering from a knee injury at the time, and paid 30,000 euros for Roque's treatment. Tragically though, the player passed away in 2012, something that Puyol was hurt by. The defender wore a t-shirt in his name during Barcelona's UCL final against Manchester United while he was being treated that read Anam's Mike. Puyol never went out to nightclubs. Barcelona's former captain is a very reserved individual. He was one of the most commanding centre-backs on the pitch, but off it, he lived and still lives a quiet life. The defender was never fond of going out to parties and clubbing like his teammates. He enjoys having a quiet evening at home with his family. When he does go out, he only goes to restaurants with his close friends, but does not live the extravagant life that some footballers with high paychecks do. Puyol believed that avoiding distractions like nightlife would allow him to perform at his best. He was deeply committed to his role as a leader and player. Nightclubs and the associated lifestyle could interfere with recovery, rest and overall health. By steering clear, Puyol maximized his career longevity and maintained his physical condition. This self-discipline contributed to his remarkable career, which included winning numerous trophies with Barcelona and Spain, such as the UEFA Champions League and the FIFA World Cup. Puyol is a yoga person. Yoga is one of the most popular forms of spiritual and physical practices in the world. It originated in India and has spread across several countries. You might have thought Puyol will find it difficult to maintain his fitness after retiring, but he is an expert at yoga. On Instagram, he posted several pictures with himself and his wife doing several yoga poses together. He was able to lift his spouse into the air with his arms and balanced her legs on it. Now we all know where he gets his calm and composure when he used to play for the Catalans. Puyol endured many injuries throughout his football career. Yoga helps him stay flexible, reduce stiffness, and address lingering issues from his playing days. The mindfulness aspect of yoga resonates with Puyol, as it helps him manage stress and maintain focus in his personal and professional life. He is a follower of Tibetan Hinduism. If you want any more proof of how calm Puyol is, look no further. He has a close association with the religious practice of Tibetan Hinduism. The defender revealed in an interview with Sport that he has close relationships with the Tibetan house in Barcelona. This is what he said when asked about his calm and balanced nature. There are things about the culture and the religion that I like a lot, besides that I am close with the members of the Tibetan house in Barcelona. Regarding his personal beliefs, Tibetan Hinduism isn't a specific recognized tradition. If you're referring to Puyol's spiritual inclinations, he has expressed interest in various philosophies and practices, particularly those promoting mindfulness and inner peace, like yoga and meditation. While Puyol hasn't publicly identified as a follower of any specific spiritual tradition like Hinduism or Tibetan Buddhism, he has shared his admiration for such practices on several occasions. He defended an opponent who slapped him in the face. Puyol has been the voice of reason several times on the football pitch. He wore the captain's armband for Spain and Barcelona, and he has justified that role several times in his career. One such occasion took place in 2005. In a game against Mallorca, one of their defenders, Ballesteros, was sent off after a rash challenge. While walking off the pitch, Puyol went over to the player to calm him down, only to be slapped in the face. Ronaldinho, on seeing this, rushed over in anger only to be stopped by Puyol himself. He defended the player by signaling to the referee not to take harsh action, even though he had been wronged. He invited Ronaldinho over for a team photo. Ronaldinho was one of the best players of the world. He was at the peak of his powers during his time with Barcelona, and helped the club knock Real Madrid of their perch in La Liga. He left the club in 2008 and joined AC Milan. 2 years later, he returned to the Camp Nou and received a special ovation from the crowd. But the best moment came just before kickoff. In a wonderful gesture, Puyol called the Brazilian over so that he could pose along with his former teammates for the Barcelona team photo. He started his own football agency. Puyol worked as the assistant to Andoni Zubizarreta, the sporting director for Barcelona, but the latter was fired, after which Puyol quit his role. He had an offer to work as the assistant coach at Inter Milan with Roberto Mancini, but turned it down. Instead, he started his own footballing agency, with lifelong friend and former teammate Ivan de la Peña. In an interview with El País, he said Ivan is passionate about football. He loves discovering new talents. He can spend the whole day watching young players. He told me about Neymar and Coutinho when they were both 14 years old, and Douglas Costa too.